talking about this CH20, there's lots of change and be the change maker. So I thought to pick up a topic, which is talking about the change pattern of the education in India. So we need to rethink to change the pattern of the education in India and be the change maker. So can you please go to the next slide? So I would start with the quote of Chanakya, which says that no one can defeat a powerful mind. If a person is educated and our youngsters of India is educated, definitely we can create a different world. And according to, because when we are talking about the rethinking of the Indian education system, so like our Prime Minister Narendra Modi also focused upon the same, and there was a new education policy 2020 which focused upon the GDP, public investment, and this MHRD was focusing that how the pattern of the teaching can be changed. If you're talking about the pattern of the teaching, it has to be more focused upon the curricular activities, upon the developing of the personality, skill orientation, and definitely this new education policy is also related with this specific topic that how we can change an education pattern in India, how we can be a change maker. Now, there are the current challenges in the Indian education systems, like what? Like if we see the lack of the practical skills is there, lots of theoretical emphasis is there in India, but practical knowledge we absolutely do not, try to emphasize upon. Though this is a digital world, and we need to make sure that every person who is the part of this education system is also digitally literate. We could see the challenges during the COVID time that the most of the things the students staying in the rural areas were not being imparted with education. So one size fits all approach now that focuses upon the education systems, learning pace, styles, and interest. Now, lack of relevance, like what are the curriculum the students are being studying, all through. Like we have also studied so many formulas and maths which we are not implementing in our lives. Do you think it's relevant? It's not relevant. So the disengagement of the student is always there. We need to make sure our curriculum is in that format that the disengagement of the student is more. And the inequality and excess also we could see this, like the students, the people, the like poor section who belong to the marginalized backgrounds, the poor backgrounds, they're not having a good access to the, neither the teachers, neither the education system. So we need to focus upon that. We need to have the better schools, we need to have the better infrastructure, we need to have the better curriculum to develop this. So definitely all these points which has been lacking in the education system can give us a bright chance to be a change maker. Now, even in the current challenges, we could see that the teacher training and the motivation. Teachers are also have a laid back attitude because their salaries are there, lots of work pressure is there, and they feel demotivated. And even in the most of the patterns and most of the areas, they are underqualified educators. We are not trying to impact the quality education. Cultural insensitivity. Now, many education systems which we could see, they belong to the diverse culture backgrounds. If we go to Bangalore, Karnataka, there the mother tongue should be more promoted. If you're talking about the North India, Hindi should be more promoted. Sanskrit should be more promoted. And even if we do talk about the Varanasi airport, there they are announcing in Sanskrit. So why not? It is a time that we should rethink about it. Now, there is a skill gap between the graduates and the industry expectations. Industries always want the people who are they are hiring, they should be multi-skilled. But from where does a skill will come? Does a skill will come from the colleges? Does a skill will from the school, from the inception when the kid is taking an admission in the the school? So the selling skills are there, teamwork and collaboration skills are there, digital and technology skills, critical thinking and problem solving skills. All these things will come when we have a certain pattern of the curriculum. Now, when I'm talking about the critical thinking can always be enhanced when the students are being given the real life situations or the case studies. A teamwork, how the person is going to work in a team when the project is being given to the students. So, by these different activities, we can make sure that we are able to, full we are able to impart the skills to the young graduates, and even the industries are happy to hire them. Now, this is the time for the change. This is the time for the rethinking. So, what are the different things where we can focus upon? The first is the evolving the global landscape, whereby we could see the economic paradigms are being demanding a change in education system. They are trying to prepare the students for the challenges and opportunities for the future. Second thing is nowadays, especially after the COVID, there's a lots of talk about the mental health, okay, and the well-being. If we are not mentally strong and our kids are not mentally strong, they would not be able to handle the pressure. Every year we see in IITs like Delhi or different IITs, there are the students who do lots of um let's say lots of drilling about themselves, and they get enter into that university. But when they enter into that a great association, great institution, they are not able to handle that pressure. And ultimately, they take the decision that they should end up their lives. So, the mental health and the well being is also a very important point that we need to change. We need to have the counseling sessions at our school. We need to have the transformation in the education systems also, which can develop a child into a emotional well being. So, we need to teach them the life skills also, how to handle that pressure. Now, the second point, going ahead with the same thing, here I am presenting about my viewpoints regarding like how we can do the changes. Now, nurturing the future leaders, because we all know when we do talk about our youngsters, so they are the people who can take the new possibilities. They can guide the society forward. So if they're guiding the society forward, they have to be the visionary change makers. They need to choose those fields where they can perfectly exhibit their qualities. Now, why this will enhance only because of the student learning focuses should be there in the universities. A revolutionary approach should be adopted so that the focus is of the teacher whenever she's there in the graduation, or whenever she's there in the like in the college or in the university, or the students are graduate, or they are in 11th and 12th. So here the students can also focus upon the teacher, and teacher can adopt the student centered learning. Now, it also recognizes the diverse needs, abilities, interest of the students, tailoring the learning experiences, meeting the individual requirements. So basically, the new concept which has been entered, that is a mentor and the mentee relationship, which should be there in the universities, in the college, and as well as in the school, to understand the perspective of that student. Maybe he or she is not good in the studies, but maybe that student is excelling in the sports, or he's very creative. So we need to, channelize his efforts in the same direction. Now, empowering the educators, a key to of the transformation education, how we can transform it. First of all, the significance of the well-trained and the motivated teachers. If we do have the guru like Chanakya, if we do have the guru like Dronacharya, definitely we can make a difference. We can make a huge difference. But yes, there should be one thing, that the student should also be keen to learn something. So when we say the teachers are the heart of the education system, so I think that the teacher should be the highest paid in the society, like it happens in the USA. But in India, we are not up to that pace. So here we are welcoming a future generation. We are shaping the future generation. So the motivated teachers can help to promote enthusiasm and serve that as a new role model. So here I do come to the end of my session. That is a being a change maker, how you can be. First of all, foster the culture of innovation. We need to foster a culture of innovation. So basically, innovation means how we can do the critical thinking, how we can encourage the creativity, how we can encourage the creativity amongst the students, among the peers, among the colleagues. So it could be the small, small things which we can do. Any activity can be created, or any event can be organized through the students. Brainstorming sessions, innovative challenges, hackathons, this will all generate the fresh new ideas, engaging with educators. Now, if we do talk about the educating and the educators, we need to adopt a new teaching methodology that should be through projects, videos which is there on the YouTubes, workshops, training sessions, and innovative pedagogies. Yeah, it is a when we do talk about the next point, that is a support teacher development. If we say that the teacher are the heart of the education, how we can support them? We can also have an incentive plan for them. Why do not we have the highest salaries for them? Why don't we aspire that the educators should also share their insight and experiences? We should also have the freedom to express our views. Empowering the students. Now, even the students should have that empowerment to voice their opinions, their ideas, their concerns about their education. We should take the feedback. We should create a platform where the students can make their projects, they can have their clubs, they can have the initiatives. And most of the colleges and the private universities are trying to implement it. And because of the new education policy, even the schools are being forced to follow this pattern. Next slide, please. Yeah. So in the end, I am trying to quote the quote of the Swami Vivekananda. He says that the education is the manifestation of the perfection already in the man. It is already in us. We have already been incepted, but the shape of our mind is actually being guided by our gurus. Thank you so much.